Hello guys, welcome to a new video. I'm Joseph, and today we're going to be discussing about how to do a B2B campaign on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn, in my opinion, is the best ad platform to run B2B campaigns, followed by Google search. LinkedIn allows you to target industries, companies, and employees within the company, and is very, very aimed towards B2B. So if you're running a B2B campaign, this will be your first option. Now, if you never run a B2B campaign on LinkedIn, I will teach you how to do it the most easiest and effective way. Although there are many, many ways you can do it. But let's start. Let's say that you've never done LinkedIn campaigns before. You want to start. So the first thing is you have to have access to the campaign manager, which is the one that is pretty much when you're managing the campaigns. And you have to click here and create a campaign group. Now, the how do you structure the campaign manager? Is you have campaign group, which is when you set the campaign group name, the date, the start date, end date, and budget. And within the campaign group, you can set multiple campaigns as much as you want for A/B testing to target like multiple audiences, multiple demographics, etc. And the last level would be, of course, the creative. I mean, the video, the banner, if you're using display. So so let's do a test campaign here. Test. I've done it before. I wrote this before. So so B2B test version 2 because I've done one before just for test. So this is the name of the campaign. We can set then the total budget. Let's say €1,000 and end date on the 30th of the month of September. Okay, so now we create the campaign group. You go to the second level, which is the campaign, and then we create campaign, right? So here's pretty much where the magic happens. Here's where audience one. Here's basically when you start setting the audiences. Now, for those of you that never done LinkedIn campaigns before, I'm gonna refresh about what these are objectives. You can select one objective per campaign. So brand awareness is pretty much how it sounds. Is pretty much getting your brand out there and getting as much reach as possible. Website visits, it's traffic to your site, meaning clicks. Engagement, it will be engagement with your post. I mean, either like or a comment or a share. Video views, if you're using a video format, of course, we'll optimize to get as much viewers as possible. Now, for B2B campaign, you have to use, if you're either targeting leads or purchases, I'm assuming more leads because it's a B2B. It's really, really hard to get purchases on a different direct, how do you say, ad campaign. So I would say 99.9% will be leads. So in this case, you can use only two options from this: lead generation and website conversions. Lead generation, what is basically is that the user can filter information within LinkedIn without going to any site. So when they see the ad, they will click and a form will appear, and you can customize that form with any fields you want, like name, phone number, email, any questions you want to ask of the lead to qualify themselves. So it's very, very customized. You can customize as you want. And usually it works better in regards to cost, but you have to evaluate the quality. Um, the good thing about this also is that you don't have to do any integration with the site. You don't have to do any pixel integration or tracking integration, so it's easier. If just you're starting, I would suggest to use this before doing any complex integration with the site to see if it works, basically. And then we have website conversion, which is pretty much the same. You can track the leads, but it's in your site. You have a landing page. The user click the ad, goes to your landing page and fill the form, and then the conversion will appear. In this case, yes, you will need a conversion pixel for this. So let's go with lead generation first, just for starting. Well, here you can select the location. Let's say you are, I don't know, in the United States. You can also do it by country. You can do it by city. So it's very flexible in regards to targeting. Um, the profile language, which is English. I mean, uh, you can set it up depending on the country you're running. I will set it in English always. It's very important that you read it here. Your audience size will vary depending on the language selected here. English may be selected as the default language, even in areas where local language is available. So English is like selecting all languages. So my suggestion, it will be using English as a default, always. Okay, so now we go to, here's basically where the magic happens. This is where you will start setting your targeting, setting your where are you gonna show your ads to. So let's say you are, I don't know, let's say you're a company that provides healthcare services to hospitals, right? I don't know. Let's say you're in the healthcare, how do you say, healthcare industry, right? So the first thing we have to do is go to audience attributes, and then we go to companies, right? And then you can go to company industries. And here's basically the first, this is how I do it first, and then we can go here, hospital and healthcare. And you can, for example, targeting hospitals, medical practices. You can select also nursing homes. Like, it's very very flexible to this. So you can also not you can also select all the industries. Let's quit this one to give you another example. For example, education, e-learning providers, right? So let's say, yeah, you're a tech company that provides solutions for e-learning industries, right? Industries that teach their students online, and you provide the technology. So yeah, you will select e-learning providers for as an example, right? So this is a perfect example of a B2B campaign. And since I work a lot with education, I know very well this type of targeting and this type of industry. So yeah, I mean, and this is basically targeting companies. I mean, this is basically showing ads to all the people within that company. So this is not good. You want to target specifically the decision makers on the company. You don't want to target a junior employee. You want to target the ones that make the decisions. So now you have to narrow the campaign. So let's go here, narrow. We go to, again, audience attributes. We go to here to job experience and job titles. So in this case, I will put like CEO, right? Like owner, for example, owner, co-owner, founder, right? So pretty much the one that makes the decisions. You can also add not only like coordinator, for example, director, right? You can pretty much not always is like the CEO or owners or anything. You can go for chief business officer or business development, also business development manager, vice president, VP, right? Vice president. Yeah. So these are pretty much top level on these industries. You can go even narrow if you want. You want to say, well, I want to target people that have a lot of time in the industry. You have a lot of job experience. uh, I don't want a CEO of a company that it's just recently, how do you say, launch, and is starting, doesn't have capital to invest in my technology. So I don't know. You can use here, for example, people that have been on this industry for more than 8 years to 12 years, to 12 plus years. You can do a lot of things. This is just a very basic example. You can do a lot of things. You, for example, have like a list of companies you're already working with in your business. You can upload those companies on LinkedIn and then create lookalikes. So with LinkedIn, basically, we start matching similar companies based on your current ones. So usually those campaigns work very well from the get-go. But again, this is just like you never done LinkedIn ads before and you want to start. This is how I will start. Okay, so I know all the expansion, so you can leave this open or not. This is basically when this, how do you say, audience it's depleted, or it's like, how do you say, when you have fulfilled all the, well, how do you say it, like you have reached all the audience within your budget. You can allow LinkedIn to expand this audience to gather more reach. Since we have a very narrow audience, I will leave it open. In regards to target audience size, there's best practices for this per campaign. I wouldn't suggest, well, depend on the budget you have, but I wouldn't suggest more than 300K per campaign. That's a little bit too much unless you have a really high amount of budget. It all rely on the budget, but usually it's not to be very very big, because in my opinion the optimization on LinkedIn doesn't work that on Facebook. It's a little bit different. It's not that good on Facebook. It's better in my opinion in regards to optimization. Okay, so moving forward, then we have the ad format. You can select as many ad formats if you want. I always use banners or videos. I don't use message ads. Message ads are limited. Even the European Union, through the GDPR things, they're forbidden. So to avoid any complications, I will go with single image of video. I'll prefer video because it's more interactive. Users can actually see what you're about before signing up. So the quality of the lead, if you will, has is higher because they know what your company is about. So I'll go by video. And then here you can select a daily budget. So remember, we have a master, how do you say, a general budget on the campaign group, and then you can have it here, a daily budget on this campaign. So you can create multiple campaigns with multiple daily budgets, multiple audiences, and then start testing and allocating budget to the one that works. Okay, so here is maximum delivery cost cap. I will always use a maximum delivery if we are starting because we don't know how much this is going to cost. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. We go next, and then we have to create we have to set up the creatives. You can create a new ad. Basically, here it's very intuitive, to be honest. The name of the ad copy. I mean, what the user is going to see about the creative, the video file. Always suggest the format 916 always, because this is the mobile version and majority of the traffic, I would say most of the traffic, is mobile. So just to let you know, headline and destination URL. So the good thing about this is that the user, when they fill the form, also have an option to click a link to go to your page for additional information if they want. So it's always good to have this, like you say, filled with your information. And in regards to the forms, forgot to tell you that the lead form can be created on here. Let's exit this part. On account assets, you can here when they say lead gen forms, and then create form. And here is basically the form, right? Here's the logo of my company. You can go the email address. You can add as many, how do you say, form if you want, custom questions, custom question, a custom checkbox. So the form details would be the form name, the English, the headline, the offer details, which is basically, how do you say, the information about what your company is about. Privacy policy. This is mandatory. You have to have a privacy policy, assuming you have a website. Or you can pretty much copy paste it here, make it one and copy paste it here. And here's basically what you can add. You can put all these files if you want, all these fields. So the form will be telling all more information. To be honest, for lead generation, I will use these three only: email, LinkedIn profile, and phone number. And in regards to the questions, you can set, like, well, depending on the industry, like what is your interest? Are you looking for something specific? Uh, don't make it too many questions. You can make up to 10, but in my opinion, I think three is more than enough because you don't want to bore the lead with filling all this long form information. Three is more than enough, and I think after they fill, I think the quality of the lead usually is good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's very over the top. Again, this is a very basic strategy. There's many ways to do it. But yeah, if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, click like, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.